check us out on the Angry Marks Podcast Network. The way that I get the show is on my iPhone. I have the podcast app. I search Angry Marks, all one word, Angry Marks. Find it, hit the subscribe button, and I get all these great shows downloaded to my phone almost every day, so it's a great thing to have. We have on with us once again the incredible Huck, Will Huckabee. You still doing well, Huck?
Yes, I'm still here, man.
Haven't lost your power for the last hour?
Huh?
You haven't lost your power in the last hour or anything?
No, thank goodness, man. Power's on.
Excellent, excellent. And joining us for the second half of the show, we've got Kevin Sullivan's favorite referee, Sign Guy. Sign Guy, how are you this evening?
Doing well, doing the old school Will Huckabee schedule this week.
Well, no problem with that. We appreciate you coming on with us, even if it's just for the second half of the show. We had a great first half of the show with Timmy Lou Retton, Mr. 500 on PWI. On the second half, I'm proud to introduce our next set of guests. They are the Intense Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They are Hank Calhoun and Tonesy. They are the Elite. Hank, Tonesy, how are you guys doing this evening?
We're good.
What's up? What's up, Zane? We're doing good, man. Doing good. Proud to be back on with you guys.
Well, excellent. We're very happy to have you guys on. Now, I know that the next big show for the ICW is coming up the first Saturday in November. Tell our listeners how you guys became tag team champions there.
Hank, you want this one or you want me to take it?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, no, I'm the talker. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, our journey with ICW started well over a year ago. I don't remember the exact month that we started there, but we came in and
it's almost been two.
It's almost been two. Okay,
years.
well, almost 2 years ago. Okay, almost 2 years ago.
No, it's been 2 years ago. It's been 2 years ago.
Okay. All right. So 2 years ago. That's crazy. So anyway, 2 years ago, we came into ICW and we were put into some programs with some really good tag teams like Simply Irresistible. We had some epic matches with them, and I don't know. We kind of went away for a little while to take up some other bookings and take care of some personal business, and came back last October. Last November or January it was. January, that's right. Went in last January, and I don't know, man, we kind of hit a hot streak. I think that little bit of time away to kind of lick our wounds from our losses to Simply Irresistible was good for us, and we got on a real nice hot streak, and the fans got behind us, and we just kept trucking, and before we knew it, we were sitting there with La Raza, and finally, we took them down, and finally, the goal was the goal when we came there, was to win the belt. So, it was nice to accomplish that goal. Real nice. So, now the real work begins, and we just got to keep them, so.
Well, this past show, in October, you guys lost a non-title match to the Death Threat Army, which I just thought it was crazy that the Thug guys, you guys are thuggish, not saying anything bad, but you guys were the good guys compared to the Army guys. So that was interesting. What's coming up on the horizon since they beat you in a non-title match this past month?
Well, they kind of caught us on an off week.
Is that what happened?
That's all I can say. I don't know. It was an off week. Maybe we kind of went in overlooking them. Maybe we underestimated them. Definitely. They're a good tag team, and there's three of them also, and they interchange just like we do when it comes to tagging. Yeah, I just think we underestimated them just a little bit, and they took advantage. And now we have to defend the titles against them because they beat us. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes down in November, and it's going to be a different ending this time.
They're a good team. Sometimes it's good to be humbled. I think we were pretty hot. We haven't been beaten in a while there. So sometimes it's good to lose. Thankfully, it wasn't for the belts, and they earned their title match. November, hopefully, it'll be a different outcome.
Now, before I pass it on to Will Huckabee, I did want to ask a question. I know the answer to this, but I want you to explain it to the listeners, because I know you guys have been on before, but I don't know if we've talked about this before. There is a little group in Japan consisting of 3 wrestlers that I'll call themselves the Elite. Can you explain how the Elite came about, and go over that with our listeners real quick?
Sure. I'll try to do this as quick as I can. The Elite was a faction that was born, made their first debut at a little fed in Elkhart, Indiana on December 31st, 2012. The original group was myself and 2 other workers. One of those workers got kicked out. Promoter's choice. We brought in the killer, Kevin Roberts. The other wrestler decided to leave on his own. At that point, we got to talking, and we brought in Hank. So we've been running since 2012, and I get this question all the time, and I get tons of people that say that we're rip-offs and we need to quit ripping off them, and I get it, because let's be real. I mean, they're in Japan. They're all over the world, and, we stay pretty Midwest. We all have families, and we all try to stay close to home with our families and divide up our time between doing shows and spending time with our families. None of us are getting rich off this. None of us are trying to go to Japan. If it would happen, then, man, I'd be all over it. It'd be awesome. It'd be. I'm totally down for going to Japan. I'm totally down for going to Japan. However, let's be real. We're Midwestern guys, and they're blowing up all over the world. They didn't rip us off, and we didn't rip them off. The group's been running since 2012, before they even started doing the whole Elite thing, and I got mad respect for those guys, and they are on 9 different levels from where I am, probably more. And the thing is like, you can't really do anything legally, because if they're gonna do it overseas and rock the name over the seas, I can get a federal trademark if I wanted to, but at the end of the day, they couldn't do anything to us either, because we've been using it longer than them, and I have documented proof that we have as well. So that's what happened. We're not ripping nobody off. I came up with the idea. The gimmick is my idea, to break said kayfabe. I don't like to say that a lot, but whatever. I can tell you the story of where I came up with the name. I can tell you the story of where I came up with our entrance music, the whole 9 yards. We didn't rip off anybody. They didn't rip off anybody. It is what it is. And I'm not changing the name. I've had a few people ask me that as well. We're going to continue to be the Elite. I'm not changing it just because they're doing it. I don't expect them to stop doing what they're doing, and we're not going to stop what we're doing. So, and at the end of the day, they don't even know who the hell we are, so it doesn't really matter.
And at the end of the day, if they want to have a match with us, so we're down. Promote it.
Oh, I'm absolutely down. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, take me to Super Kick City. I'm good with that.
Book it.
All right, we're talking with Hank Calhoun and Tone C of the Elite. Right now, I'm going to pass it over to the Incredible Huck, Will Huckabee. Will, what do you got for them?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for being on the show, man. Like, we had gone up here a couple of months ago, and it seems you guys have been busy since the last time we talked, huh?
Oh yeah, very much so.
Oh, yeah. Everything
it's yeah. Schedule's gotten a lot busier, man. It's going good right now. I really can't complain. I'd like to be a little bit busier than what we are, but it's okay. I get a lot of time with my family, so I've been enjoying that, and the schedule's been picking up. So we're on the road probably 2 or 3 weekends every month. So it's been busy. It's been fun.
Now, the fact that y'all been busy and stuff, man, do you kind of attribute that to the rise and, the popularity of tag team wrestling. And for each one of you, and both of you can answer this question, what do you think about the sudden interest in tag team wrestling and the resurgence of tag team wrestling, not only on the independents, but also, in WWE and TNA and everywhere else?
Go ahead, Hank.
Well, personally, I think it's good. I would like to do more tournaments, maybe like go other places and do tag team tournaments or even trios tournaments. The trios are making a comeback, and it'd be nice to go after some 6-man titles. If there's any feds out there that have some of those, yeah, we'll be happy to come and take them off your hands. Tony?
Yeah, I attribute a little bit of our success to the rise of tag team wrestling, as far as the indies and all that go. I also attribute it to the gimmick. I think it's a really, really good gimmick, and it's kind of easy for us to play that tweener role, which is a lot of feds are kind of wanting us to do. Like, it's cool to root for the bad guys, so we get a lot of the, they call them the smart marks. We get a lot of them that are, really love us and cheer for us and all that stuff. So, the gimmick's good. The rise of tag team wrestling has been phenomenal. The rise of independent wrestling in general is just so awesome. There's wrestling just everywhere you look now, and it's good wrestling, obviously, and it's a good time to be in the business or be a fan of the business right now, for sure.
Now, here's my next question, man. I've got to ask this because, you guys are the ICW Tag Team Champions, and we had some of your locker roommates, fellow champions of ICW on the show last week. The great Cheyenne and the great Malachi were both on guests of the MCU Wrestling show last week. So I'm going to ask you guys about the huge controversy that happened in the last show, especially, during the national anthem and their little run-in with Zane Paisley. How did you guys feel about the actions of Malachi? And how did you feel about, Zane taking up for himself after the blatant disrespect?
Go ahead, Hank.
Well, personally, I get it. I get what he's saying, but, it is what it is. We keep to ourselves. We don't like to stir the pot with anybody. Zane actually, growing a set was surprising, but yeah, it is what it is to me. I know what he's doing. I know what he's kind of poking fun at, but, at the end of the day, the elite's going to do what the elite do, and we're not worried about anything else.
I have a tiny different take from Hank on this one. First of all, I just want to say that I was a little upset that Zane was involved in all that deal because I didn't even know about it when it was going down, to be honest with you. I pick on Zane a lot, but I like Zane. He's a nice ring announcer. He's a good guy. I like Zane. As far as what he did, I am with Hank on that one. Like, I get it. Our country has a lot of issues right now, and I'm not really a political guy. I'm not, to be quite honest, I'm not a very patriotic person. Like, I have the utmost respect for our veterans and those that have served. Best man in my wedding was a 25-year Army vet that retired about 3 years ago. So I have a lot of respect for our services, but I'm not the flag-waving, patriotic kind of guy. I just never have been and don't really have a lot of family that's in my military and that's been in the military and whatnot. But I understand his complaints. But at the same point in time, I think maybe there could have been a better way to go about it. As far as any involvement from us, well, ICW hasn't approached us about that, and we, like Hank said, we kind of stick to ourselves and keep our minds on our business. And we lost to the Death Threat Army last month, so we got to kind of keep focused on them because we want to keep those belts.
Now I'm going to ask you guys, if Zane decides to hire you guys, a la APA or whatever, to have his back in case things escalate, are you guys willing to sidetrack yourself from being the ICW Tag Team Champions, and you know, take the job and stuff as Zane's personal bodyguard? Or you guys, you know, as much as you like Zane, you guys like, hey Zane, you're kind of on your own, you're a grown man, you know, are you gonna throw him through the wolves?
I will answer that question with a question to Zane, since Zane is a great ring announcer. Zane, where do the Elite hail from?
They are from wherever pays the most.
There's your answer, Mr. Huckabee. Wherever pays the most.
well, Zane,
business is business.
well, Zane, I think if you need backup and stuff, I think you know where to find it.
If they weren't already running an angle right now with the Death Threat Army, that would be great. So if this escalates the next couple months, maybe we can incorporate that.
Hey, yeah, go for it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Oh, no, I was just saying that I was in. I was totally down with working those guys. Those guys are really good workers. We underestimated them, and I look forward to getting in the ring with them again.
Now, with that being said, Jim, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over and tag in Kevin Sullivan's favorite referee. He actually stayed on the show, guys, surprisingly or not, to Sign Guy. Sign Guy, what do you have for the Elite?